Welcome YouTube, this is Acid Roots Wire. So this is part 34 of the Guitar Hero walkthrough. So in pitches like this, in this particular episode, we're going to complete the game here. So that's the basic concept about it. Basic thing kind of about it is it's been damn near 3 years since I kicked off this game. We're going to get towards now it's not going to actually have the ending. The actual ending is when you complete the songs in the standard career mode, but I just would have to say this is the last bonus song that's in the particular game, so it's a pretty good pitch. So we're going to advance to the next game here. Basically, after this particular episode, I just thought I'd kick this game off, show a little bit of the intros and pitches like that, but I think I showed it in a previous episode, but yeah, we're just going to get towards it. So this is just kind of like a miniature kind of epilogue. There is at least one song in this particular episode, so it's not a complete just credits and just like afterthoughts, but I would just have to say it's just the basic concept. This is going to be a shorter than normal type one, just because there really wasn't that much left to get to. I didn't feel like trying to cram it into the previous episode because I think, yeah, I just didn't want to go past the 16-minute limit that I just don't really like going past it. I'd say it's not an actual limit on YouTube, but you get the idea. It's just, I just prefer to keep videos relative length. So, yeah, it's the last song here, Story of My Love. So it's an interesting concept about it. So yeah, it should be interesting to kind of see some of these songs in the next game here. Just the pitches behind what's going to happen with this particular channel. This we kind of have to say and stuff. Got some reviews done, some pitches like that. There's mixtape still on the way as far as that particular kind of happens. It's got some good stuff in the format of being in lieu of happening here. Just a good pitch to kind of get towards it. So, yeah, this has been a pretty solid playthrough. Just looking after, I think, obviously it comes to my attention now when I think of like Guitar Hero 2 and stuff, just being able to say, I just question if that particular game is going to be 34 episodes just because I look after it. I kind of forgot for a little bit that the fact that the reason why this is a lengthier one is just because I played through easy mode kind of initially. Now in Guitar Hero 2, I'm basically going to just start off with normal mode because I think I'm used to at least the gameplay enough to where I could probably do it, and I realize I'm going to have to do it that way anyways, just to get to like the last batch of songs. It's probably going to have a similar format to this game. I just would have to say it's a good concept for that. Just have to suppose, but yeah, this is the basic thing here. So we'll have to see what's up with Guitar Hero 2. Like I said, I bought this game at least 2 previous times with pitches like that, but this is kind of the concept of the disc was scratched, and then by the time I played the game, I just didn't really get towards like knowing what's wrong with it. So it's just kind of the concept, but yeah, so it'll be interesting just to see the songs that'll be in the game, some of those type of areas. But like I said, there's not going to be like a cyan kind of cooperative mode, maybe. I mean, the thing about it is when I get done with Guitar Hero 2, I'm not going to move on to Guitar Hero 3 right away. It might be years later. I realize hopefully Guitar Hero 2 does not take me 3 years like this particular game did, but I just would have to say it's just kind of, I just would have to say it more than likely would not have the cooperative mode. I mean, if I don't know if Guitar Hero really ever did like the cooperative mode where there's just new songs that are not in like the standard career mode, because that's what I was kind of looking for. It's just like a bonus quest and maybe, you know, like 8 or 10 or 15 songs, something like that that you could play with a buddy or something like that, as far as that particular kind of goes. But kind of happens to be a thing. For what it is, you know, it's an impactful game, so you've got this whole playthrough to watch here, just plenty good moments, good enough to kind of watch throughout the course of the night. Like I said, you know, if you start this project up at like 10 o'clock at night, you could probably finish it by like 4 or 5 in the morning, head to sleep, go to work the next day, and just feel overall good. Get a few beers in your system, you still have a pretty good night. It's a good concept for that. The soundtrack to this game is pretty good. I did like most of these songs. It's not really too, I mean, I realize that some of these are just more lighters in the air, kind of stretchers. It's kind of more festival type music, but I did like, the problem with some of the shredding type ones is those are typically the ones that are like the tougher songs. So I think the game realized, the developers realized that they wanted to probably put more pounding type songs in here. It's just kind of the concept that they just happen to be tougher. So you get, you know, you'll get like the Journey songs and like the stretching Queen songs and some of those type of ones. I'm not sure if Queen was actually in this one. I don't know as full blown. It might have been. I don't know every last band in this, just because I don't know as much as full blown about 70s rock as far as that particular thing goes. I know some of it, like Smoke on the Water and Iron Man and some of those type ones, but I think Iron Man. Yeah, I think Iron Man is 70s. That's Aussie, so that's a good pitch behind it. But this, you know, pitches like that as far as that particular kind of goes. I feel like there's just ones, you hear them on standard rock radio, you recognize them, but it just kind of falls out of memory. But I do know enough of these, so yeah, this is basically going to be some vicious stuff kicking off on this particular channel. Definitely, so this is if you find this particular video and you haven't seen my channel and you find this within a relative recent time, I just would have to say, just understand there's some interesting type stuff coming along for Acid Roots Wired. Just some good bounties of things, plenty of good games kind of show up in this kind of an urban type sense of having some good stuff just to kind of mess with. So just, you know, basically order pizza, just go through some of these playthroughs. I mean, I look after it, I realize that in some senses, for folks watching this through their phone, it's not as common that folks all the time want to watch things through their cell phone and stuff, or want to watch things. I mean, folks watch their cell phones, they don't fuck with playlists as much as like they probably should, but I look after it. If you do happen to be at the crib or something like that, it's just a good concept to mess with some of these playlists and just let the saga kind of unwind. I do recommend that full blown. That's the way that this experience of this game should be played. I mean, yeah, I think it's a novice little treat to kind of mess with this on a phone if you're just at like a gas station or just out smoking or something like that. But this is kind of the concept that it's pretty emphatic to watch this from episode 1 to 34. This is pretty emphatic night, even if it's not going to be like the full-blown carnage of like a beer pong party or hard liquor shots, quarters, some of those type games that you would play. But yeah, I'm just checking over again to see if I bought every song on this particular game, and I basically have, so it's just a good concept about it. So yeah, that should basically take care of this particular game. This would have to say here is that's the finale to this particular game. Enjoy the playthrough. I'd have to say watch it a few dozen times, have some fun with it, eat some pizza, and just overall grub and smoke some of those type bitches. Good concepts here. Alright, Acid Roots Wired signing off.